Boy, I'm going through a lot of potions really quickly. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I know.
Plus, it's kind of hard because we're also talking to you, so it's just like,
You
oh.
got this. You're gonna master talk play while you
Talk play. Yeah.
talk play. But by the end of this game, you'll be a master at it.
I know, right? Like, I'll be like playing on the hardest difficulty or whatever. Actually, I think this is the hardest difficulty, even though it's normal.
I just did normal,
Yeah, but that was the thing. All they showed was like classic, easy, and normal.
and then you're gonna
So-
beat the game. It's like critical mode. You're like, oh boy.
You know what? I could see that. They might do that. I don't know if it does, but I could see that being a thing.
Dude, you're like full on surrounded.
I know, right? It's gonna be like the ending of Crisis Core. Da, 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 da. And then like Cloud just gets killed.
Yeah. And then Sephiroth is standing over your body going, starts laughing maniacally.
Basically. I mean, geez, I can't believe Sephiroth's already shown up like twice already. Like, this is ridiculous, honestly.
Listen, you gotta pace. You can't pace out villains. You just gotta just show them up in the first 30 fucking minutes.
Yeah, so, yeah, to kind of get into why I'm not a big fan of this reveal is because, like, in the original game, like, yeah, obviously now that it's been years since it came out, everyone knows Sephiroth is a villain, but when the game came out, like, they were actually semi-secretive about that. Like, they basically just painted Shinra as the only villains, and you actually get a flashback with, like, Cloud and Tifa, like, describing Sephiroth as a war hero, like, someone he admired and everything, and so, like, you kind of get this idea of who Sephiroth is, and then later on when they reveal, like, eventually later on you try to break into Shinra headquarters, and, like, the president of Shinra is already dead and everything, and it's like, you see that Sephiroth, like, did this whole slaughtering and everything, and eventually that's when you actually learn the real story. Cloud kind of tells you what happened in his past, or at least what he remembers happened in his past, and it's like that's when it's revealed that Sephiroth went crazy and everything and became a villain. But that's not revealed until like the end of Midgar, so it's like to have him kind of up here kind of just ruins that initial reveal. Because the initial reveal of him was kind of cool. They almost treat it like a monster movie reveal, kind of like when they reveal a monster, like it's through like simple hidden cuts and everything,
right.
And like it's building a lot of atmosphere. And it's like here, it's just like, oh, he's here.
Hello, I am here. Remember,
Yeah.
Advent Children's pacing. Here I am.
Basically, no, it's like he's basically an Organization 13 member, like just trolling Cloud.
No, I hope not. Actually,
He already is.
You're not that far off.
That's what I'm saying.
When I think about it for a second, I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Like that's totally what he's doing.
Nah, well, only that's gonna make it worse is that if he's just standing on top of buildings, being like, one day he'll turn into me. He is me. He's part of me.
You know what? I get a feeling that's gonna happen.
Cloud, you are me. He looks at the mirror. I'm Sephiroth. Looks at the mirror.
I mean,
And then he
You're
looks
not-
at the mirror, he is Sephiroth, and then you just see Cloud walk away, just the exact same thing we saw earlier in the scene.
to be fair though, the whole thing about Cloud being Sephiroth, you're not 100% off even in the original game. I mean, it's not as simple as that, obviously, but
Oh no, here he comes.
oh, yep, maybe. Oh, maybe not. That was Sephiroth.
Sephiroth's killing all these people. He's like, I'm out, son. Okay, buddy.
It's like the meme. It's like the meme of the I forget the show host guy, but you know, it's like shooting the guy. It's like, who killed him? It's like that. It's like Sephiroth did this.
Oh, they're on the same train, aren't they?
Yeah.
Joining us after all.
And this does happen in the original game where Cloud escapes by jumping on the train and everything.
Yeah.
and,
No, I could see this totally being how it played out in PS1.
yeah.
Because
Yep.
that happens all the time in PlayStation 1 games. Everything's just coincidence. Everyone just runs into each other again like 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah, so far, the only things that haven't been accurate so far is Sephiroth and the Dementors. Everything else so far involving like all of Avalanche and everything, that's been mostly accurate.
Well, can't argue with results, huh?
Don't touch me! Don't talk about your results! I hate results!
Listen here, I like results, but not when they come from that guy.
Got a
I
question for you all.
didn't pay him for good results. I paid him for best results.
Yeah.
Ever been attacked by an invisible
Good thing
enemy?
you picked 20 minutes on that alarm clock, or else I would really hate him.
Wearing robes. Came and went like the wind.
They weren't in the
They were
original
invisible.
game.
A new Shinra weapon, maybe?
The Dementors are working with Voldemort and the prison, and the Azkaban prison.
Never mind. Forget
Yeah,
I said
you
anything.
just see President Shinra there.
What would you do with like a mid-game?
Yes.
What would you do if the final boss of this game wasn't Sephiroth? It was Sirius Black.
Hilarious.
With his army of Dementors flying around him.
I mean,
Because of the
neither scenario is true to the original game, but
Or it was Harry Potter.
oh gosh,
Mr.
that's true to
Potter.
the original game. Harry Potter is the final boss.
Your understanding and cooperation is appreciated.
Nah, would have been a secret boss where it was like a knockoff Sora that would show up. Like imagine like it's not even like imagine these like this character design but for a full-grown Sora.
I mean, that's more or less what Sora looks like in when he reaches Shibuya or whatever at the end of 3.
Perpetrators yet.
Like the kind of the more realistic Sora, whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
You mean when he fights knockoff Noctis?
Yeah, when he fights Uzora, yeah.
I'm just gonna call him Noctis. That just sounds like a too stupid name for me to remember.
What kind of name?
Zuzora? No, that was it?
No, Yozora.
Yo Zora.
Yeah, Rex.
Yo Zora.
Rex kept shouting about it all in the Toy Story
You
world.
pray we never play Ocarina of Time. I want to be like, hey, yo Zora, what's up?
Everyone knows Avalanche only cares about saving the planet.
Listen, let me educate you all.
you are?
He's the middle manager. You don't talk crap about the middle manager. And don't fight this man. He has literally a machine gun tied to his arm.
Basically.
Don't antagonize him.
Don't antagonize him. He's black.
My humble opinion, that explosion was a message.
Oh gosh.
A message to the bastards bleeding our planet.
Barrett's already like spreading his propaganda.
He's just spraying his propaganda. These poor Shinra employees. These guys probably even bad people. They're just like doing their job. It's
Yeah.
kind of like in Star Wars with the Empire. They had loads of just people who weren't bad. They were just doing their job.
Yeah.
To feed their families.
And that was something I think I mentioned before, that the original Final Fantasy VII actually really touched upon with one of the characters, with Kate Sith and everything. It was like, yeah, no, like people lost their families at this bombing mission. And it's like, yeah, it really sucks.
Fighting words.
Those fighting words.
We all have
Okay.
to follow our conscience, don't we?
No, you don't care about the planet. And he's just rubbing at the machine gun.
Right.
This is my seat now. You can't have it.
What's on the news?
A JPEG.
Basically.
Let's get this out of the way.
Oh,
Personally, I find visual aids make the dull stuff a lot more bearable. If
She
it
likes
helps,
she likes
think of
pop-up
it
books
as an
compared to reading.
initiation rite.
yeah, of course.
How many times do I have to tell you people? I'm not.
There's such
Oh.
a thing as too hard to get.
Oh,
So,
she
here
did
we've
the
got a
anime
wireframe
thing.
model
Yeah.
of the great city of
I have never
Midgard,
seen a
complete with
real
massive
actual
steel plates
person do
suspended
that to some other
300
real
meters
actual
above
person
ground
in my
level.
life. But I've sure seen a lot of anime.
Appetites of
Maybe
the
it's a
public.
Japanese thing. I don't know.
The train will be
Oh,
passing
dude,
through an island checkpoint
me and
shortly.
Maurice are planning to go to Japan
Oh yeah.
This here
in like a
is the
year,
train's route.
a year and a
As you
half.
can see,
And I
it'll
might
take
do
us
that a
around
couple
this main
times.
pillar.
See if I don't get slapped.
We're about halfway
Just do
through
it to random people.
Just do it random Japanese people, and they're like slap me. I'm like, oh, I thought it was part of your culture.
Right. It's what they do in the animus.
In the animes, that's like just television for you guys.
All that and more is automatically cross-referenced in
Those are
the database.
documentaries, right?
Public security wouldn't have any other
Attack
way.
on Titan, that happened last week.
Yeah.
Naruto, well, no, where are all the subtitles? Although I've read some, I think one of the most inappropriate things you actually can do is ask a Japanese person, can you speak English?
It's because of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I guess a lot of them can.
Yeah, they
So-
teach it in schools. Like it's, you know, I mean, you see it in Japanese culture where you'll see like random English words and everything. So it's, I mean, it's definitely interesting because America's definitely not like that.
No, I mean, we both live in Arizona, so like the secondary language that we are kind of pushed on is for Spanish.
Right.
But that's just relevant to our culture itself.
Yeah, it's just kind of.
I think that's the same. I guess that's the same rules that apply with the Japanese. as English being the secondary.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like most foreign countries at least try to learn English in some way. At least that's what it feels like, anyway.
I just gotta make my way to Akihabara. That's the only place I want to go to in Japan.
Akihabara.
Akihabara.
Yeah. Steins Gate is based off of there.
Shit. I messed up names.
Yeah.
I mean...
No, I only know Akihabara just because it's like the main location for
Or-
Steins Gate.
Or
So,
that's
you
a
know.
parody name. No, I don't want to take chances again.
No, Akihabara is the name of the...
I don't want. I was about to say I'm not taking chances again.
like, I know full well, because I saw a video tour of someone actually going there, and it's like, yeah, no, they were pretty faithful to the design of the city, like, in the anime and everything. It's like, huh.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
You see, just nice people going out their job, and there's him
Basically. There's
threatening
Barrett.
people for saving the planet. But what was I gonna say? No, it's just because that's like the anime capital in Japan, and so I just want to go there and get a bunch of anime statues and then just bring it. Oh, wait, I'm a total weeb, dude.
I love how, like, so sorry to interrupt, but, like, they're, like, yelling about how proud they are that they just blew up a thing. Okay, he's bringing it up now. I was about to say, why are they shouting this?
You guys are
Like,
idiots, you idiot.
it's like that you might as well be saying, hey, we're terrorists, you know? Like,
They are.
geez. Well, I know, but, like, self-proclaiming that, like, out loud in public, you know? It's like, geesh.
They're silly. That's why.
Yeah.
You soon. At Seventh Heaven. You know, where Tifa works. Don't keep
Yeah.
her waiting. She'll worry.
Oh snap!
Okay, I guess I'll keep her waiting then. Bye.
How about it, baby girl?
How about it, baby girl? How about what? What about what? I want to know.
Sorry, I'm running past all these NPCs. They can't finish their conversations, you know?
Listen, they have real deep, diverse stories, and you're gonna ditch them like that? Okay.
Yeah, they're NPCs, man.
They're not worth your time.
They're not.
Little did you know you're an NPC. Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about that? Look at this flower.
Yeah.
That means
That makes me special.
they're not. They don't have a flower.
Mako is the lifeblood of the planet? Yeah, the
Oh
hell it
no!
is.
Don't you say that.
Goddamn eco-warriors with their dumbass posters. I tear them down
What?
and back up inside of an hour. Like I've got nothing better to do.
And then Barrett just starts rubbing him with
Look
machine
at all that
guns.
steel work. You trying to tell me that's not progress?
It's like the Death Star.
Yeah, it basically is.
What?
Now these people are brainwashed by the Shinra propaganda, you know?
Well, yeah.
All is well, you know? Listen to Big Brother. And oh my gosh, a Dementor!
The Dementors.
No! The Dementors, they're the ones feeding the Shinra lie.
Can you imagine that they're the reason why people believe them at all?
Oh, I swear.
Not actual propaganda, the controlling of the media. It's just the Dementors running around and corrupting people's minds.
That'd be so dumb. I hope not.
No, I hope not.
When I get back, it's
Gosh, no, I'm kidding. I know what they are, but I'm trying to play dumb because, you know.
You want to keep the mystery for me?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do?
I only know what they are because they are new to the remake, but I saw the remake ending, so that's the only reason I know what they are. But yeah, because they definitely weren't in the original, and yeah, that's all I'll say.
Okay. That's fine.
All right, this is Seventh Heaven.
Oh, there
right?
she is.
Yep,
The waifu.
yep. There she
The
is.
little girl.
Marlene. Oh, jeez.
No, I'm kidding.
Jeez, dude. You're trying to get this channel shut down.
I'm kidding.
Listen here, Chris Hansen's gonna come in here. And,
He's like, have a take a seat. Take a seat right there.
Yeah.
You made it.
Gosh.
I mean,
Where'd you get that?
I wonder if fans were complaining that Tifa's tracts of land wasn't big enough.
Oh, people complaining about that?
I would assume.
Well, yeah, there were a lot of people complaining about that, which was dumb because like
First off, she would not. Her spine would break under her back if they were to do that.
especially in this art style, like come
Especially
on.
in this art style.
Right. Come on in.
I think they did it in the PS1 just because to show
Low
she
polygons.
girl.
Yeah, well, and low polygons. Yeah, it's not like they had a lot to spare.
Yeah.
So one thing I noticed, so here Cloud just gives Tifa the flower. In the original game, you actually had a choice to give it between Tifa or Marlene.
Oh,
Yeah, but no, it just automatically gave it to Tifa. It didn't even give me the choice.
because she's the better option.
Oh yeah. Well, because like in the original game, what it was that you could boost like affection points for characters, and like if you gave it to Tifa, it would affect her affection, but if you gave it to Marlene, it would affect Barrett's affection, because like, you know, Marlene is Barrett's daughter. And basically it's like the more affection you have with a party member, that's going to be the person that will go with Cloud on the date to the golden saucer.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing some footage of that.
Yeah. I'm 99% certain that's not going to be in this game, because that happens way after Midgar in the original.
Hey, look, a lot of liveries have already been changed. I could tell them, be like, hey guys, let's go to the whatever you just said, and we're gonna go on a
the
Ferris
golden
wheel.
saucer, yeah.
We're gonna go on the golden saucer. We're gonna go with the chocobo races and whatever.
But just this once.
See, I know some things that happen in the game.
Yeah.
Get you.
Not a lot. Mostly the stupid things.
I'm still waiting.
What can I get you? My money. Oh, money. About
It's
that.
called Gil.
We should talk outside.
Oh,
Oh, dang.
it's getting saucy. Talk to Tifa and her red eyes.
Daddy, did the people who died all return to the planet?
Of course.
Of course. They return to dust.
Oh, jeez.
Because they're dust on the ground now.
Before we get on
All
to
we
Remake,
are is
there's
dust
an empty
in the
apartment in a
wind.
place just
Yeah,
down the road.
basically.
It's nothing fancy, but I was thinking you could stay there for now. The landlady's a big friend of the cause, so you wouldn't even have to pay rent. Sound good?
Sure
I
does.
guess.
Thanks.
Sure does. Is it big enough where I can fit my sword in there?
I mean, well, I would hope so if it could fit a person. I mean,
The sword's bigger than Cloud.
no, it's not.
Tall as him.
It was wrong of me.
About.
Danger like that.
About as thick.
It's floating a little bit above the ground. Otherwise, it'd be dragging. That'd actually be a funny image. The sword just drags along as he's
Basically.
walking. Just
Imagine if he had the sword of Thundera. He's like, thunder, thunder, thunder. And it starts getting bigger, it starts dragging along. He's like, how I turn it off?
Maybe not enough for them.
Good.
Thundercats. Oh! You ever seen that show, Thundercats Roar?
I'll give you that.
But wait, what?
You don't know what Thundercats Roar is?
I don't think so.
Okay, so let's just say it's another failed attempt by Cartoon Network. So get this.
Oh,
It's
is that the
it's
current show?
It's the Teen Titans Go.
Okay, I
Thundercat show.
have heard of it. I just didn't know what it was called.
So literally, the show is bombing hardcore, right? So they decided to do a crossover with Teen Titans Go, and there was a part where they had the original Lion-O design come out from the heavens. He's like, "Hello, I am back from cartoon heaven."
okay,
Now, listen.
I've seen this clip, but
Yeah,
go
he's just
ahead.
like, listen, this show is great, and anyone who doesn't like this show are poopy heads with poop opinions.
Yeah, I
and then
have
he
seen
goes
that,
back into the
yeah.
heavens, and I'm like, wow, really, guys? You're gonna use a crossover, and you're gonna use that to insult the fans like that? Well, not really insult fans, insult critics. But here's the problem: is that it's addressing people that aren't even really watching the show. That scene right there, and all it's doing is alienating the little kids who are actually watching the show.
Yeah, that's true.
They're gonna be like, "What is this? What's happening? I don't get it. Who is
Yeah.
that?" That's Lion-O. No, Lion-O is that little chubby man baby running around with the Cal Art style.
It's getting late. I'll introduce you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, why not now?
Although the Cal Art style, I'm starting to see why people are start freaking out about that all the time. You know what that is, right?
I mean, I know what it is. I don't like the name because it's not. The name itself isn't really accurate, but
I know it's not completely accurate.
I know
It's
what-
just,
I know-
can see the common theme going on.
I mean, that's just. Here's the thing that people need to realize. Animation always goes through phases of like what art style is currently
Adventure Time
popular
is what started what we're dealing
or
with
trending.
now.
Yeah, Adventure Time is really what started this boom. But you look back at like cartoons in like the He-Man days, is like all shows then look like that, you know, with the stiff animations and high detailed characters. And then you go on to like you go further back to things like Flintstones and all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. It's like cartoons just go through phases, you know, and that's just kind of we're still kind of stuck in the phase that we've been in since Adventure Time. But I mean, it'll pass eventually. We'll move on to something else, and then everyone will complain about that art
It's
style.
gonna take a very revolutionary show to really blow it into a new age of animation.
Yeah.
It always is a show. Although I miss the days of thick lines. And I'm talking about like late 90s, early 2000 shows like Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack.
Yeah. Early Cartoon Network.
That stuff. I miss those kind of shows. But I've wondered myself, it's like, why aren't there any more like, action shows on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or anything like that? And people ask that before to actual like people in these businesses, and they flat out said it's because there's no money in it.
Basically.
Kids nowadays get all of their action orientation stuff out of the way through video games and all that kind of stuff. And they turn to cartoons for just entertainment, funny shows.
Right.
And a lot of these action shows require more money to produce than others.
That's hilarious. He just tries to pull out the sword. It like,
hits the ceiling. He's like,
that's hilarious.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Rape! Rape!
Whoa.
Rape! Rape!
What? What?
Get him, Cloud! Kill the rapist!
Stop! Get back inside!
It's the grandma.
Get off me!
Oh, it's the Dementors!
Oh no! It is the. Oh geez! It's the Sith cultists from Rise of Skywalker.
Nah, that's Organization 13.
Nah.
What are you doing to Marco? This is his apartment. But he's not a bad guy. The landlady asked me to check.
He's dressed like a wizard.
To make sure he's okay.
Well, yeah. So this. I don't remember this scene specifically being in the remake, but who he is and like what he's a part of is in the original for sure. Because they're like Sephiroth remnants or whatever, like people that inhabited Sephiroth's essence. That's like the easiest way I can explain it. For like a few seconds.
In his essence.
That's like the easiest way I can explain it at the moment. It's kind of a long.
He's selling He's selling gamer girl bathwater.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you imagine that? He's like in a giant spa. He's like, partake in my essence.
Yeah. and you see the reunion is about, all these people with Sephiroth's essence reuniting.
They just have little jars of bathwater. They're like, yes, we are part of you.
Oh gosh, lighting is so overexposed right now. Jeez.
Did you see that video on Facebook with the Belle Delphine bathwater, and then some guy took it and put it in his vape and vaped it?
Yes, that was so stupid. Oh gosh, yeah.
Is it real? I want to say no.
I hope not.
Because what this guy probably did, he just got water to get water.
Probably.
And did it. Unless he's that stupid, but I have seen people eat Tide Pods, so,
to be fair, I also think that was significantly overblown too, like how many people actually did it.
It turned into, I've seen, because
people like to say like, oh, it's every teen doing it. I was like, no, I'm sure it's just
the
a
news
small
and
handful.
the boomers doing that.
Exactly, yeah.
All I do is pick up the few crazy examples they have on YouTube, which I have seen, and they just post out on the news, and they're treating like, oh, everyone did it.
Yeah, basically.
It's like we keep talking about the coronavirus, but like if you go on YouTube and type in coronavirus toilet paper fights, there's compilations of them, of just people fighting over, right? But usually the same 5 clips are always in all of these with very little difference. They're just rearranged differently.
Yeah, or it's like filmed by different people or something, yeah.
And so it's like, I'm not denying that there's a lot of this happening, but is it really crazy out of proportion? I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's always hard to say. Because
I would say
a
majority of it's just antsy people just waiting in line and they can't get it, so they leave.
Yeah, I do think people in general are ruder, like as a universal thing, but that's kind of to be expected. People are already rude just in general.
That's why I don't go to the store much. It's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
I can't get what I want. I can't make tacos. What's the point, man? If I can't make tacos, there's no point in anything. I want tacos now.
Oh.
Let's go Filberto's. Gameplay's over. Bye. Just shuts off.
Listen, Tifa, I really need my tacos, all right? Can you get me some?
What are tacos? We're done here.
Listen, I'm sure they know what tacos are. They're not that removed from society.
But they're in the slums. tacos is a pristine food.
Really? I'm pretty sure that they sell tacos at the slums all the time.
Are you kidding me? It's just right there, cuz it eliminates the rotten egg smell. They don't have tacos in this place.
No.